Welcome to mini lesson 13.3, the XY positioning lesson. We're going to use some variables to store the XY coordinates of a sprite, so that way we can pass that information to another sprite and it can use that information to make some sort of decision or action on the screen. Let's check out what this looks like. So what we're doing here, our stage again has nothing. We'll have our coordinate sprite, and then we'll have a sprite here called button 4. And what's going to happen is when we run the program, start the program, my bug can move around here. Whenever I press a certain key on the keyboard, such as the space key, the button 4 will go to the same XY coordinates as the bug. Okay, nothing super fancy, but what I want you to see is this right here. Okay, let's look at button 4 first. So button 4, it's going to receive a broadcast message that comes off a coordinate here, and it's going to tell this button right here to always go to the XY coordinates that are set by these variables right here called temp X and temp Y. That information comes from over here. So we have a directional controller for this sprite, and we added an if condition down here at the bottom. It says if the space key is pressed, we're going to set the temp X and temp Y to the X and Y variable that are local to this particular sprite. So the coordinate sprite takes its X and Y position and passes it to these two variables, and then we send the broadcast message out. Now there's other ways we could have done this. However, this is a good way to do it because right here I can store the values in variables, and then I can do other things with the data, and I can actually manipulate the values for those things as well. So there's more to it than just getting this other sprite to go to the XY coordinates. It's also collecting data and taking that data and put it in temporary variables where we can manipulate that information to do whatever we want with it. Okay, so that's all there's to it for that lesson. Let's go and look at our presentation here. I use a term, I kind of made this up on my own. I guess that's what you do when you write a book, you just make up words. So I call it the temporary global variable, and what this temporary global variable is, it's just a temporary location that stores the XY coordinates that we gather from another sprite. Then we can use that information to pass it along to other sprites and have, in this sample, have that other sprite set its XY coordinates to the same XY coordinates as the little beetle sprite here. Okay, and there you have it. For this one, you'll have the stage, didn't see much on there, actually saw nothing on there. Then we have the coordinate sprite, which will have the majority of the programming, and the button 4, which will go to the XY coordinates.